Shabbat Shalom, everybody. We're going to get started. Those of you out in the live stream world, so sorry that we are on Jewish Standard Time, but we are grateful that you're here. You can meditate to the musical stylings of our fabulous musical director, Dan, and our wonderful musicians. And we're blessed in our service today to have the beginning of potentially a new cantorial offering for the Judaic world. Quinn Robinson is going to start his journey. It is a Shehechianu moment. He's going to come forward and help with the Hinim Atovu Manayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. How wonderful it is for brothers and sisters to dwell together. Page 128. Everyone take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Center yourself for prayer. We also want to make note that as when we get ready to kindle the lights, that we are doing a blessing of prayer and Misha Barak, and also dedicating the service to Bob and Joy Feldman for Joy's daughter, Jody, for healing. And also a very big moment for Abe Hebner. He is sponsoring the service, the oneg, the flowers. We got you a beautiful plant, Abe. As he has welcomed in his great-great-grandson, Milo. Milo? Okay, there we go. It's Hispanic, maybe Milo, I don't know. Okay, everyone, deep breath in. Deep breath out. Hine matovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov, ya la la, ya la 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 la. Hine matov, ya la la, ya la 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 la. Hine matov manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Shevet achim gam yachad. Thank you. And now we're going to move on into our service. It's very exciting to be here together and to share in Shabbat. We're going to kindle the lights. If you want to turn to page 120, you can find it there. Joy Feldman, would you like to come forward? So if you all turn to page 120, we can do the reading that is there. Together at the top. As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we by our lives give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light. And as we look at those two candlesticks, we are connecting to the joy of partnership and love and family. And we make 3 circles, bringing that light into our heart and stimulating our love and our joy. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. And may this light heal your beloved daughter as she recovers from surgery. We are all praying for her and for you guys. Be careful over here. And so Over here we have the memorial candle for Israel and the yellow candle, hopefully creating the space for happiness and joy and peace and health, to remove the obstacles that are in our way and to memorialize those who have moved on, as we will speak of some of them later on in the service. And so now it is our great joy to have Quinn come up here, and if you'll turn to page 138 for Shalom Aleichem, we are going to welcome in those angels to be with us at this time. Get yourselves ready. Actually, it's page 142. 142. And get yourself prepared. Some of you might prefer it. He's in a different key. I try to sing in your key, but for some people, this is going to be exciting. Okay. Deep breath in, deep breath out.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaSharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Mochem leshalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon. Mimelech malchei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu. Mahuni leshalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mimelech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzichem leshalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mimelech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Yasher Koach, and isn't he amazing? Those of you that remember little Quinn jumping off the beam, I've known him since he was like 2. So this is quite a moment. Dad, did you think? Yeah, I always knew. But this is just the beginning. So, and as you look and you listen, he really has the style of Hazanut, of old school Hazans, and he feels it. And I think you're going to set the bar for a whole new generation. And we're going to help him get there, aren't we? So now, L'cha Dodi. Now we're going to go back to page 138, L'cha Dodi. And I will probably be gone the first service in December. So Quinn is preparing to do the entire service. Heather will do some things. Jeremy's going to do the sermon. So please come, and we're going to have an exciting time, and I will be watching. So, but I'm going to do L'cha Dodi right now, then you're going to come up. Okay, L'cha Dodi. Okay, you guys, come on. L'cha Dodi, Likrat Kala, P'nei Shabbat Nekabala. L'cha Dodi, Likrat Kala, P'nei Shabbat Nekabala. La 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 Dodi, Likrat Kala, P'nei Shabbat Nekabala. L'cha Dodi, Likrat Kala, P'nei Shabbat Nekabala. Shemor v'zachor v'ribur echad, Hishmiyanu el echad, Adonai echad, Shemo echad, L'shem l'tiferet v'litehila la 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 likrat kala, Pene Shabbat Nekavala, Laha Dodi, likrat kala, Pene Shabbat Nekavala. Verse 5. Hitoreri, Piva Orekri Ori, Ori, Sheadaberi, Kevona Donai, lightning la 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 la, Hadosti, likrat kala, Pene Shabbat Nekavala, Laha Dodi, likrat kala, Pene Shabbat Nekavala. Verse 9. Bawi v'shalom ateret bala, gam besimcha v'sochola, toch v'neh am segula, bawi chala, Laha dosti, likrat kala, Pene Shabbat Nekavala, Laha Dodi, likrat kala, Pene Shabbat Nekavala, Pene Shabbat Nekavala, Pene Shabbat Nekavala. Woo! Please be seated. And now, if you will turn in your books, let's read at the bottom of page 145, and then Quinn will come up and lead us in the Hatzi Kaddish on 144. Entrances to holiness are everywhere. The possibility of ascent is all the time. Even at unlikely times and through unlikely places, there is no place on earth without the presence. And now Quinn will lead us in the Hatzi Kaddish.
Please join me on page 144.
Is your mic on?
Sorry about that.
Yitgada v'yikadash shemei rabba.
Amen.
Ve'amad yivracher te v'yamlich malchute. V'chayechon v'yomechon. U'v'chayedecho beit Yisrael. Bagala. U'v'ishmahan kariv yimaru.
Amen. Yehi shmei rabba mevorach. Le'olam lo ve'ovaya. Yitbarach.
Yitbarach, v'yishtabach, v'yipar, v'yitruman, v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar, v'yitaleh, v'yitala, shemei l'kudusha.
Rihu.
Le'olam mikol berchata v'shirata.
Tushbechata v'nechemata. Daham v'hiron ve'oma.
V'yimaru.
Amen. Quinn, go ahead. Take it away. You can lead us in the call to worship to Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu. His key. Okay, everybody, get ready for our call to worship. Okay. Yeah, la 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 la. Yeah, la 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 la. Yeah, la 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 la. Yeah, la la la. Yeah, la 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 la. Yeah, la 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 la. Yeah, la la la. Yeah, la la la.
Baruch Hu Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Baruch Le'olam Va'ed.
Please be seated. Let us read on the bottom of page 147. O God, you are as near as the very air that we breathe, yet farther than the farthermost star. We yearn to reach you. We seek the light and the warmth of your presence. Though we say you are near, we are lonely and alone. Oh, let our desire be so strong that it will tear the veil that keeps you from our sight. Let your light release our darkness and reveal the glory and the joy of your presence. Our Ma'ariva Ravim prayer can be found on 148. And first, as exemplified by our service today with Quinn, moving into the realm of this, bottom of 149, this is an hour of change. And within it we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we drop back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim bechokma poteach she'arim, uvivuna mishaneh itim, umachalif et hazmanim, umisader et hakochavim, b'mishmerotehem barakia kirtzono, b'rayom b'layla, Dolelor mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or. Umavir yom, umevi layla. Umavdil ben yom, uvein layla. Adonai Sevaot Shemo, El Chai v'Kayam. Tamid yimloch aleinu le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Hamariv Aravim. And let us read the text underneath the Hebrew, page 148. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Sevaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on the evening. And now Heather is going to sing Ahavat Olam. Page 150.
Everlasting love, you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah, mitzvot, laws, and precepts. Therefore, Adonai, our God, when we lie down and we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people, Israel. Ahavat olam, Beit Israel, Amcha Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadata, otanu limadata. Al-Kin Adonai Eloheinu b'shachbenu uvkumenu naziach b'chukecha v'nizmach b'devrei Ohevamo Israel. Ohevamo
Yasher Koach to you. So I want everyone to really take in what is going on here. Do you see what is going on here? You know, Hashem has sent us people, souls, Jewish souls, one who converted with me, of course, and her wonderful husband who is carrying the weight of the entire hospitality. Oh, did I say confirmed? This one. He was bar mitzvahed and confirmed. These two were converted, but the reality is, okay, well, there you go. But that's coming. So the reality here is that we have, in our community, all of us together, helped inspire individuals to want to come forward and lead and to show up and to stand up for Judaism at a time when it's being attacked and we are being attacked. And so what you have here, I hate to say it, are basically three different generations or decades, or I don't know, but you've got me, and you've got Heather, and you've got Quinn. So you've got three different demographics of age groups happening up here, but you have everybody with the same love for Adonai and Judaism and for sharing the communal experience of worship and prayer. That is a gift. And when you think about, honestly, why you're here, why you work so hard, all the people on the board, why you give, this is why. In our little corner of the world, we are doing great things for Judaism. And look at this. So I want to thank you for the blessing of both of you, of your presence up here on the Bima and participating, and our musicians as well. So we are on a journey together. And when we say Baruch Hashem, thank you to God for that. And now, Quinn is going to take us on that journey within our own being with the Shema. Stand if you would like, or be seated on page 152. Deep breath in, deep breath out, make that connection.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael
And now
Please be
I'll
seated.
turn the page. He's going to lead us in the Ve'ahavta on the next page. And we shall teach that love of Judaism to our children. Thank you, Quinn, for being an example.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לעוד על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Yasher Koach. And so now, we're going to go forward into our prayer. Let's read on the top of page 155. Love your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children. Talk about them at work, whether you are tired or you are rested. Let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them at the doorway of your house or outside your gate. They are reminders to do all my mitzvot so that you can be holy for God. I am Adonai, your God. I led you out of Egypt to be your God. I am Adonai, your God. And now, before we do our Michamocha, let us focus on the text that's at the bottom of page 157. You know, the words that are in our prayer book and our Siddur are not here by accident. When they were preparing this book, there were many different generations of trial versions, and we used them all. I don't know if some of you remember the little paper ones that we were working with, but the words and the poetry that they have placed to represent the text of the prayers themselves has a meaning and a purpose. So think about that as we read on the bottom of page 157. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth. The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and your love. From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your way. Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea, Mi Chamocha. And so please dance. Jeremy will hopefully lead you in the dance. Quinn, how are you at dancing? I've seen you in plays. You can dance. And Heather wants to come over here. Oh, he's doing the chazan up here. He's just going to sit there, whatever you want. No pressure. Okay, but I do know that Heather wants to do Michamocha. You know, you don't have a pet to come to the pet blessing, the annual pet blessing tomorrow. And Connie the cockatoo will be coming. And
She'll probably be leading the Michamocha.
and I was just going to say, she's going to lead that Michamocha. So
Well, her Hebrew name is Miriam.
there you
she
go.
Dances,
And
so
she's on it.
that's right.
Okay, page 158, Michamocha. Are you going to dance and Liz shake your tushy in your pews? Or Jeremy, I know. Everybody, come on, get that ruach going. Shake it out, okay? Get it going. Get your blood flowing. Get your chakras moving. Get all that going through your body. Adonai is within you. Activate it. Here we go. Michamocha.
Ya ba ba bim ba 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 mi ya da ya bim bam. Ya ba ba bim ba 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 mi ya da ya bim bam. Ya da 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 ya da ya bim bam. Ya da 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 ya da ya bim bam. Mi hamocha balim oh, sofela. Yabba ba bim ba ba bum, yada da ya bim ba. Yabba ba bim ba ba bum, yada da ya bim bum. Dai dai da dai dai dai, yada da ya bim ba. Dai dai da dai dai dai, yada da ya bim bum.
Okay, there is Ruach in this room, even though you had to push yourselves. That's what we have to do. We have to push ourselves, even when feeling it not. If you have a cell phone, please turn it off. We're going to call God with our spirits and our joyful song and prayer. And tonight, we are, in a sense, we're going to take it out of order, Shiru Ladonai. We are singing a new song to God, and this is important. Sing to Adonai a new song, sing to Adonai all the earth. And this is the Parsha Noach. We just came out of Bereshit. Sing to Adonai, bless God's name. Proclaim God's victory day after day. Tell of God's glory among the nations, God's wondrous deeds among all peoples. For Adonai is great and much acclaimed. God is held in awe by all divine beings. All the gods of the peoples are mere idols, but Adonai made the heavens. Glory and majesty are before God. Strength and splendor are in God's temple. Let the heavens rejoice and the earth exult. Let the sea and all within it thunder on this parsha of Noach. The fields and everything in them exult. Then shall all the trees of the forest shout for joy at the presence of Adonai. For God is coming. God is coming to rule the earth. God will rule the world justly and its people in faithfulness. Let us hope and pray that this is true. Turn to the page 131. Shiru Ladonai. Let us sing a new song to God. Okay, come on, guys. Wake up. Shiru Ladonai. Shiru Shir Hadash. Shiru Ladonai. And at the top of the page, together in God's hand are the depths of the earth. The peaks of the mountains are God's. God is the sea, God made it, and the land which God's hands fashioned. Come, let us bow down and kneel, bend the knee before Adonai, our Maker. For Adonai is our God, and we are the people God tends, the flock in God's care. Oh, if you would but heed God's charge on this day. Very important, very important. So now if you'll turn to Vishamru on page 162. At the top, let's read 163. We are a people in whom the past endures, in whom the present is inconceivable without moments gone by. The Exodus lasted a moment enduring forever. What happened once upon a time happens all the time. Finkelstein, Vishamru. Come on, let me see you. Vishamru. כי ששת ימים, כי ששת ימים, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. And at the top of page 163, we are a people in whom the past endures, in whom the present is inconceivable without moments gone by. The Exodus lasted a moment, enduring forever. What happened once upon a time happens all the time. And Quinn, would you like to come up and do the Amidah? Please rise if you're able, as the ark is open.
Adonai, Sefatai Tiftach, Ufi Yagi Tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei HaKol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, U'mevi Geula Livnei Bneihem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Mashiach U'Maged, Baruch atah Adonai, Magin Abraham, Bezrat Sarah.
And everybody, we now do the insert for winter. Why? It's after Simchat Torah.
אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה, רב להושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מחכה חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומידו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, נאמן אתה להחיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלע. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש. Please be seated. Thank you. So I'm going to, Quinn, I hope you don't mind if I tell you a little story about you. It's because I'm already up here and I'm doing it, so there you go. Okay, so Quinn went to San Diego to go to college, and when he was down there, he was going to one of the major Reform synagogues. It's okay if I tell this story? But they had, what's he going to say? They had, like, a large synagogue doing services, kind of like when I was in Texas, and then they had a smaller one. And Quinn found himself gravitating to the smaller one, which was filled with all the older people. And so he was having a conversation with me, the traditional more like melodies that we know, whereas the sanctuary was trying out all the new stuff, and he was with his people. And he says, why do you think I'm like this? And I'm like, look at your people. These are your people. And he has the soul for it, so we're grateful. But to show you, it's a generational thing. So for example, when you go to Israel, whenever we have the two dots, we all say A. But in Israel, we say A all the time. But in Israel, they've changed it to Eh. And I think I've told you the story. When I was in Texas, I had to change all the song sheets for all the kids and everybody to Eh, 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 Eh. And so you'll hear people, just like when you would hear people who will do the S sound instead of the T. It's a generational thing. And so then you'll have the people now doing the Eh when you see the A. But as I talked about when they were making this prayer book, so if you remember the Union prayer book, the little blue one that had all those services in them, 10 or whatever services, well, they changed that my mouth may declare your glory to praise. And I remember when they did that, I was so upset. I liked glory. So we're up there, and Quinn does glory, and he looks at me. But you can see that this is not someone who just showed up today, because he happens to know what was in the Union prayer book before there was the Mishkan Tefillah. So it's in us. We don't realize, but it's in us. So mazel tov to you that you knew it, and now we have to say the words going forward. But yes, I actually liked glory better. Okay, so now we're going to go forward. They moved into that sense of sovereignty. They changed Avinu Malkeinu, the Ahava Rabbah. They changed certain things so that you would, feel more in communal connection with God rather than that big separation. And so now it is time for the sermon. So it's an interesting thing. I, like God, who had to contract in order to let the whole world come into being, God had to make space for all of us to exist. And I think I've told you the story. I was at one of the other synagogues when I was first starting out. Actually, it was up in LA, and a rabbi was standing next to me, and we were there at the Ark, and she turned to me and said, why am I even here? Later on, I figured out, I guess I was supposed to be the rabbi in the cantor so that I don't have to deal with that. But the reality is now I have to contract a little bit and step aside so that Quinn can grow and flourish and Heather can do so as well. And we've done this with other children, but in that we get something new. Shiru Adonai Shiru Hadash. We are getting a new song unto God, and that is important, especially as I share these words for you on Shabbat Noach, because this is the parsha when we were wiped out. Why were we wiped out? We were not worthy. We were sinful. We were not righteous. We made a mess of things. And we have to take a hard and fast look at it. I mean, we're here. We're kind of ahead of the game, but we are all responsible, each for the other. So Shabbat Shalom. Last Shabbat was Parsha Bereshit, and this Shabbat is Noach. Each parsha, back to back, deals with destruction, chaos, and new beginnings. Order created out of the chaos. There are the Genesis creation stories, number 1 and number 2. Our Torah study people will probably get into that. And then there's actually a third creation story with Parsha Noach, because everything had to be created again. All instances end with mankind's inability to keep to the path of God. And challenging relationship and familial traumas, tests of character and righteousness, all of that to lead us to the point that we have the opportunity to use our free will to manifest glory, God's glory that is within us. Our ancestry and our humanity is presented as basically flawed, but filled with great promise and potential despite our choices. Our ancestral story is there to serve as an example of our fragility, but also as an example of the great strength and perseverance that is within us, especially when we have faith and we continue to move forward no matter what calamity befalls us, no matter how horrific. This was true almost 6,000 years ago, and it is still true today. As a global humanity, it would be nice if we learned our lessons and we evolved farther than where we are. We kind of go around and around and around in circles, repeating past patterns. We still make choices that derail us and harm each other and harm our planet. God still sticks by us no matter what as our ultimate parent and stands by frustrated yet hopeful that we will one day rise above our weaknesses, our perceived limitations, because we don't have limitations. God put all the power within us and our negative choices. God makes the rainbow covenant that he or she will not wipe us out again. That is the promise. But this time, it's going to be us that may be responsible for wiping our own selves out. Through war, degradation, and destruction, misplaced power, arrogance, and lack of consideration, each toward the other. We are all one humanity. As I've said before, we all bleed red. The familial ties, all of the ties that are set up in these first two parshiot are broken. And it is up to us to look at it and to learn and to repair the relationships and heal the humanity and our world. We get an example of it in the Torah. There are some pretty horrific stories, but we are meant to learn from them and do it better. We have taken 2 trips as a synagogue to the Nova exhibit about what happened in Israel on October 7th. And we will take one last trip this Sunday for those wishing to go. If we can even get tickets, it's the last day, but Lynn looked, we still can, but we need to know today, tonight, if you're going to go. Please. And I'm dedicating my sermon to this because this is Parsha Noach. We can be obliterated, all of us. And we have very severe negative forces trying to do that right now. And we have to stand up and be willing to look it in the eye and face it. Everyone should see this exhibit. I know it's traumatizing. It covers the festival in Israel and the horrific display of what actually happened with actual things: cell phones, shoes, purses, wallets, videotapes, recordings on the cell phones, in the videos. But it ends in a very strong Israeli way. It ends with a demonstration of hope. The Israelis have some kind of will in them that's inside of us, but we all have to connect to that. They do not ever let it get to them. Marianne, our president, her daughter married an Israeli, and she's insisting on staying there. Now she's going to have a baby. In the middle of drones and bombs and all kinds of things, they're getting married. They're having, simcha celebrations. They're making babies. They're going on. And we can't cower in our comfort. We at least have to support them by showing up, if we can. Now, ironically, one video has the events that took place in a way that the police force is explaining. Now, the first time I went, every time now I'm looking to see if we're going to find something else this third time, I didn't catch this one. So the second time that we went, they actually said this attack was meant for all of Israel. The sheer amount of drones and the missiles, the attack, the full-on scale of all of the people that were out there ready to break up the highways and tear down everything. The festival turned out to be their big hoo-ha, but it was made to really be a full-out, full-scale attack on Israel. It was Simchat Torah, there was the Yom Kippur War, and this was Simchat Torah. And so, unfortunately, we are all the collateral damage, and those people that are still there are suffering. Everyone is suffering, and we owe it to them to take a look at that and listen to it and own it and share in it, and the joy that they present at the end that is transforming, because hostages that have been released are up in a festival several months later telling everyone to dance, to live, to not let the evil win. And we have to do that in our country. We're all going to go down. And I don't know if we're going to get another ark to come save us. So we have to do it. Somehow we have to do it. And I would say one small step for humanity is to just come with us in the carpool, go see it, and then go eat out after. We have the comfort of being able to see it and then walk away from it. But we carry it in our hearts and in our souls. You will be transformed. You will never be the same after experience it. And it saddens me that more of us have not gone. Everyone should go, period, no exceptions. And it ends on Sunday. If the world could see what this Nova group is doing and what they're doing in the recreation of that experience of that day, more people would understand where Israel is coming from and why. You know, before, I've been on educator trips to Israel where we were, in 1998, we were in the schools and we were trying to create, Arab-Israeli schools, and so that everybody could get along, and maybe if they grew up as children, it would be different. But when I heard one recording of one young man, Quinn's age, on the phone, Dad, you got to go on your WhatsApp. I killed 10 of those dirty, stinking Jews. Look on the WhatsApp and you can see what I did to them. That is not okay. It's a different reality. It's a different thing. It adds another layer. It's one thing to be comfortable in our own homes and listening to it all. It's another thing to be out there. And it's another thing to have to listen to it. And you know what? Yes, we're uncomfortable, but we have to listen to it. Or at least listen to me talking about it. And you're going to hear Jeremy and Lynn talking about it as well. If we had more time, we would have been able to bring one of them to come speak. And what is really horrific is that they are leaving, they're giving them a break after November 3rd to be with their families over the holidays, and then in January they're going to Miami, I think, and then they're going to Toronto. They wanted to go to Washington, D.C., they wanted to go to Chicago, and they wanted to go to Europe, and they can't. Because the anti-Semitism is so extreme. This is horrible. So, Jeremy and I will go on Sunday for a third time, and quite frankly, I already talked to one of our Florida congregants. We have two. When it's in Miami, I'm going to try to go out there and get them to go, and maybe then they can, billow it out and get more people to go. And Crystal, I'm going to have to see Sierra over there at one point in time in Canada, and when they go to Toronto, we'll just have to meet up. Maybe we can take a temple trip to Toronto, and then we can go over and see Sierra's house. It's quite a journey, though. But this is the reality of, we need to show up and support. So I want you to know that it is very different from a Holocaust exhibit. I know I heard, Stacy, that you went and you cried, and you will see people crying. But it isn't like a Holocaust exhibit. We are living this right now. The comment that I hear most from people is that I'm sorry, it's just too much, I can't go through it. How can we not? We are meant in the Shema, we are meant to bear witness to the oneness of God. And the only way we can do that is by standing up to evil and celebrating the glory that is God. It doesn't mean anything if we can't show up and witness what our brothers and our sisters and our children have gone through in our time, in real time. When they lived it and are continuing to live it, it's not over. Who knows when it's going to be over? All the while maintaining hope, hatikva, hope, and the will to heal and to move on. They're creating Nova communities where they come and they heal them and they get to live, because many of them can't go back to their families and their friends because they're in the twilight zone. They're living in a whole different reality, and they need mental health, and they help each other and they heal each other, and this is extremely important. So as I said, the very least we can do is show up. When I went to the Golden Dreidel, where I got our lulav and our etrog, for Sukkot, I was wearing I got this at Nova, and it's a tag. I got one for my granddaughter, so we both have the same one. And it says, "We will remember," and it has Nova and the date. And when I went to New Jersey, I mentioned it to my daughter, and she goes, "Oh, I went. I have one." I said, "Why didn't you tell me about it?" I mean, this is so important. And so I was at Golden Dreidel, and I said, "Maybe you should see if you can sell these." And they had them. And they said, "Did you see my Nova hat?" And they were like, "We went." And then the owner, there's a husband and wife, he turned to me and he said, "Have you taken your community?" And I said, "I've taken them twice, and I'm trying to take them a third time." And and multiple times he said, "May you be blessed. May your community be blessed for going." And then I went to Costco yesterday to buy the stuff with Jeremy and Heather for tonight and for next week. And I see a congregant from our other synagogue, from the other place. First thing he says is, "Hello, how you doing?" I said, "Great, how are you?" Next thing he says, "Have you gone to that exhibit?" And I said, "Yes, not once, but twice, and we're going a third time." And he said, "Yeah, but did you take your people?" "Yes, as many as would come." So, we must know what we're doing when we don't have a clue. All we can do is show up in our own lives, for other people, and for the world. Go vote. If you haven't, how many have voted? Good. If you haven't, please do. It's important. And it's not going to happen, the healing. It's not going to happen without us being proactive and persevering forward with faith and not fear. So our two speakers will share their experiences, but first Heather is going to sing not the Rainbow Covenant, not quite yet, and to quote some words from the song. I just love that they're all like ready. Quote words from the song: "Never again will I doom the earth. This is from God. This is my promise. If you defend love and life's rebirth." This is a heavenly promise. This is my gift to you. This gift, it is another chance, a new world. Abundance and great promise has always been our destiny. It is up to us to make order out of the chaos just as God did, as co-creators, and to create this world that we have now in a way that reflects the joy that we have for the gift of life. Now, as in Noach's time, it is up to us to choose righteousness and fight for all that God has gifted us. We must merit its inherent wonder to repair and to maintain it. May we honor it by looking hate and unadulterated evil straight in the eye and say, "No more. No more. Stand our ground, b'yachad, yad b'yad, hand in hand together. And may we fight for freedom, freedom for all, and the promise inherent in the humanity divined by God, the humanity that's in all of us. May it be God's will that we not be wiped out, so our children and theirs and beyond will have a chance for more than what we have known in our lifetime and the strength to go on. May Milo, great-great-grandson of Abe, have the joy of Judaism that Quinn feels in his heart, that we all feel, and go forward with light and with love. The Nova Foundation and everyone involved, the people who were there, the survivors, and even the hostages who were freed, are fighting to maintain that promise, staying vigilant and hopeful amidst horrific fallout, determined to dance again. And not just saying it, they are doing it, with the incredible determination and extraordinary will to eradicate evil that all of us should support, even if all we do is show up and bear witness. May they be blessed, and may the flood of Noach remind us that humanity is fragile, always teetering on the brink of extinction, and that we can all go on if we are just willing to extend the olive branch of peace. In the words we are about to hear in the song Rainbow Covenant, God said to Noah, "Here is my sign to you. It is a rainbow. This is my gift to you. It is a new world. I give you earth. I give you sea. I give you air. Yours to renew, yours to use, yours to share, but not for possessing. Let the blessing find you and put the curse behind you. Work for peace and not wars, plural, wars. See the rainbow and remember the choice is yours. That choice is ours. May we, as one collective humanity, make the right choice. Ken Yehi Ratzon, may it be God's will. Shabbat Shalom. And now Heather is going to sing the Rainbow Covenant.
As I was walking one early morn, I passed the garden where we were born, and all around me spread high and wide a wall of colors reached to the sky. Rainbow, 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 rainbow. Rainbow, 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 rainbow. And God said to Noah, "Here's my sign to you. It is a rainbow." Never again will I doom the earth. This is my promise. If you defend love and life's rebirth, a heavenly promise, seed time, harvest season, follow endlessly, so long as life on earth endures. See the rainbow and remember the choice is yours. Rainbow, 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 rainbow. Rainbow, 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 rainbow. And God said to Noah, "This is my gift to you. It is a new world." I give to you earth and sea and air, for life and for blessing, yours to renew, yours to use and share. Let the blessing find you, put the curse behind you. Work for peace and not for wars. See the you all for bearing with me. I'm not feeling very well, so I know this didn't go as
You
well as
did
it
a good
normally
job.
would, but
Don't ever
thank you.
apologize.
Got
Lesson
an ear
learned.
thing
Don't. You did a good job. Okay, now, going forward, we are going to look to the people that went. Yes? Lynn, would you like to come forward and share? Lynn is going to share some words, and then Jeremy will go after. And then we'll move on to close our service. So we're so blessed that Lynn herself wants to go again. So see, she's someone who might have had pause, and then she went, now she wants to go again. So for sure, Jeremy and I are taking Lynn. And there's somebody else that I know that wants to go. I don't know if any of you will want to go, but please tell us this evening, because they're going to run low on tickets.
Hi, hi everyone. This is the only time I'll be able to use my cell phone in a service. I've got my notes here. When I read that members of our temple were going to the Nova exhibition, I thought, oh no, that's not for me. Too much violence, too much tragedy, too much suffering. I already have PTSD from my own traumatic experience, and my father, a German Jew, was the only one in his family able to escape Nazi Germany before World War II. I don't need to see anything else that's sad. But Rabbi Didi mentioned that there was hope at the end of the exhibit. That gave me the courage to go. Because what do Jews do when faced with adversity? We hope, we believe in ourselves, we are courageous, and we act, in capitals. The exhibition was one of the most significant experiences of my life. I was totally immersed in the joy of the festival and then in the reality of the attack. The entire exhibition is very well designed and presented. It is a very pivotal experience, but as a fellow Jew, I couldn't turn away from such a tragedy without wanting to help. At the end of the exhibit, there are pictures and stories and videos of all the survivors and all the family members who have been helped by the Nova Tribe Foundation's work to address their emotional, spiritual, and physical needs. The Nova Tribe Foundation, and that was created by the founders of the Nova concert, is doing concrete work to build resilience and strengthen mental health, to commemorate and memorialize the departed, to help survivors and families to access needed benefits. And so when I left the exhibition, I had hope in my heart, and I gave a donation to the Nova Foundation. I did what so many Jews before me have done. I took one small step toward repairing our broken world.
Sure, Koach, thank you so much. That one small step hopefully will help save mankind. And we will be going on Sunday. We have a date. And Jeremy's changed all his Sunday plans so that he can go yet again.
Hey, everybody. So
Up to your mouth.
I've been twice also, just like Dee Dee. And, I look out at all of you, and we're a family here. But, the people in Israel are our family also. And that attack was a horrible attack on our family, on our people. It was a brutal, horrific attack. No matter what you think happened that day, you need to go to this exhibit because you will see directly from the people who were there, the survivors, in their own words, in interviews, in their own cell phone videos. You will see truly what happened, and you'll feel it, because this isn't like a museum exhibit. This isn't you walk through a nicely lit gallery and there's a video screen and a little picture and a little something for you to read. They recreate parts of the festival. So there are burnt out cars, there are cell phones with video on it you can pick up and look at. You feel like you're there. They recreate a migunit, one of the bomb shelters along the highway. And you can go in there and you can feel and see how small that space is. And then you see videos of the survivors talking about being trapped in there and hearing terrorists outside, of hearing people who went out die and lying inside of that shelter for 7, 8 hours next to their dead loved ones. I mean, it's horrible. It's horrible. And I understand if you're afraid to go. But it's not just the horror of it. It really isn't. Because what you also see is you see a lot of videos and interviews of the survivors talking about how they're able to move on. And you see the incredible stuff that Nova has done in Israel with the different groups and retreats where survivors can meet up, talk to family. And you hear stories of real courage and heroism there. You hear about, there's one man, Oz Davidian, who drove back into the Nova Festival. He was just a normal guy who lived nearby. He drove into that festival 15 times and ferried kids out of there. You know, you hear about the first responders, the police. The police were outnumbered. There was like 58 officers or something, you know, against hundreds of terrorists. But you see the courage and the perseverance and the ability of the survivors, despite their guilt, this feeling bad that they survived when their loved ones didn't. You see how they pull together and how everybody in Israel pulls together. And you need to bear witness to this. You do. It's difficult. But you also will bear witness to just how unextinguishable human courage can be, and love and spirit. And that despite this darkness that's all around us, you have to strive for the light. And this exhibit does that, because you really go through the absolute darkness of October 7th, but you emerge seeing that just ordinary people like us, you know, just regular people when faced with this type of thing, can rise up and survive no matter how dark it was. So, you know, it's not an easy thing to watch, but if we go there together and you know, we see it together, it is well worth it. So I really urge you guys, come with us on Sunday, if you can, because I think you will learn a lot, you'll feel a lot, and in the end, it will definitely give you hope.
And we'll help you get through it. You know, Lynn, you know, you did okay with your cane, right? I mean, and there are certain places you can stop and, you know, but you just have to watch where you're going, because, you know, there is tape on the floor and things like that. But fortunately, we've seen it. However, I missed the bomb shelter, so you have to point that out to me when we go. I mean, I know what it looked like, you know, from the news, but it's sad that it's leaving, because we only have till Sunday. So please don't, you know, do what's right for you. But if you do want to go, we could take a car of people that, yes, Lynn?
Oh, if anybody would like to go, please let Rabbi Dee know right away, because we have to order tickets tomorrow, because the tickets will run out.
Yeah. So just let me know, and then Lynn will order them, and then you can reimburse Lynn. It's like $9. It's not even like, and maybe we could have a car of people that are just going to the exhibit and want to go home, or people who want to go to lunch, or different places for lunch. One time we went to a Mexican restaurant. One time we went to Factors, and, you know, I don't know. We could go to the farmer's market, whatever, you know, Dupar's, whatever people want. I know you want to go to Dupar's, Hilda. You've been trying to get there. But anyway, so think about it. Let us know. Think upon it as you have your restful Shabbat in the peace that we have so far in our country. Okay, we're going to go to the Misha Barak and page 371 as we speak about healing for our loved ones. Quinn is going to sing it. People in our own community that are hurting right now in body and spirit and mind, see them in your mind's eye. And then, and also those in Jerusalem.
bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say,
Please rise and turn to the bottom of page 586 for the Elenu as the ark is open. Bottom of page 586, and it continues on the next few pages.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'tekedu l'yotzer breshit, shelo asanu k'goyei haratzot, velo samanu k'mishpachot adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu k'chol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, u'mushachavim u'modim, לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסר הארץ ומושב קרוב בשמיים ממעל ושכינת זו בגובה מרומים הוא אלוהינו אין עוד אמת מלכנו אפס ולטוב ככתוב בתורתו וידעת היום והשבת אל לבבך כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל ועל הארץ מתחת עינות ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
Please be seated. And now, if you will turn to page 598 for the Kaddish. If you've lost someone in the last 7 days, would you please rise and say your loved one's name in the last 7 days? And if you're at home, please do it as well. If you've lost someone in the last 30 days, the Shloshim period, would you please rise and say your loved one's name? In the last 11 months. Heather? Judy? Brian? Amy? And Gail? Lynn, do you have someone? That's right. And then if you're observing the yard site, the anniversary of loved one's death, Diana? Bob? And anyone else that, raise your hand, Sandra? And Kathy? And Lynn, you had someone? Okay, that's good. Anybody else? Okay, John Flood. It's Together One Family. Let's rise and support our loved ones who are grieving at this time. And of course, Kaddish for those around the world that have moved on. Yikadal v'yikadash shemei rabbah, ve'alma divrach irutei ve'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei l'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agalav izman kariv imru. Yehi shemei rabba mevarach le'elam elomei amaya. Yitbarak v'yishtabak v'yitpa'ar v'yitraman v'yitnaseh. V'yit hadar v'yit halev v'yit halal. Shemei dekudasha b'richu. Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata. Tishvechata v'nechemata. Damiran v'elama v'imru. Yehi shalama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu ve'el kol Yisrael v'imru. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu ve'el kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. May God, who is the creator of all, grant eternal rest and perfect peace to our loved ones here that are suffering and those around the world as well. Peace to those in the heavenly realm. And yes, peace to all humanity so that we don't need to be wiped out and have another ark built. And let us all say together, amen. While you're standing, let's bless one another with the Birkat Kohanim. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. Yaher Adonai panav alecha v'yichuneka. Yisa Adonai panav alecha v'yasem lecha shalom. Claim Yehi Ratzon, may it be God's will. Please have a seat. I'll have some quick, Jeremy. Announcements. They shall be brief. First of all, thank you to our fabulous musicians over here. We have Dan, we have Stacy, we have Hilda, we have Amy. Without them, where would we be? Thank you so much. I'm very grateful. Also, I'm very grateful for you for doing the work that is necessary to help accompany and elevate our loved ones over here who are learning how to share in the joy of music. So thank you for that as well. Thank you to both of you for your commitment and your devotion to Emet and to the future of Judaism, as well as to all of you for the same thing. Many of us have seen this process, and you know, I see Harriet smiling. I know she remembers you in many different ways. So it's a thrilling thing. So I know that we've got next week, very important, Zach Wexler. We will be having our Saturday morning service. Please, everyone, come. Let us know if you're coming because we are going to be having a light bagel brunch after. Zach will be providing in honor of his son, Adam. We will have the dedication of a leaf and a letter in honor of Adam. So please come, and we'll have bagels and lox and smoked salmon and lots of tasty things. So 10:30 next Saturday. But tomorrow we have the pet blessing also at 10:30. So please come. My husband Mark Tannen is sponsoring it. We have little gift bags for the doggies. And if you have a cat, you can come. Even if you don't want to bring your cat, we have gifts for the cats as well. And gifts for the bird, for the Connie, the cockatoo. So I keep asking people to let me know, one year we did have a snake. So please, and that will be at 10:30. And yes, of course, we have some snacks then as well. And then we will go to Brews Hall, where the treats for the pets are free, and you can walk up to the counter and pay for yourself. This evening, we are going to Szechuan Chinese. If you have not told me and you want to go, that's fine. We'll let them know. They do close at 8:30. And so I have Jeremy telling them that we'll be there by 7:30 because we have a lovely oneg that's sponsored by Abe. And Abe, we got him a dulce de leche cake in honor at a special bakery. So I can't wait to taste it. So all that, Sisterhood, when are you having your meeting? The 19th. Okay, Tuesday the 19th. Sisterhood will be having their meeting. What? Oh, on Zoom. They're doing it on Zoom. Dan's class, when are you doing your next class? Are you taking it off because of Thanksgiving month?
No, I think it's after, it's the Wednesday after Thanksgiving, so I think it's the last day of November or something.
No, Thanksgiving is like the 28th of November.
Then
If
it must be
Thanksgiving's
the
a
day-
week late.
It's the night before Thanksgiving.
Okay, the night before Thanksgiving, you can get all your cooking done, take a rest, and do music with Dan. Or talk to him about rescheduling that. Mondays, we have Roger Peterson's meditation class, and everybody loves that. Please do that. Thursdays, back by popular demand, we have Mark Tannen's Torah study class, so that is also on Zoom. In the beginning of the year, we will do our Hebrew class leading up to B'nai Mitzvah and confirmation. So, lots going on. Now, we are going to sing Oseh Shalom. You guys are going to come up here. Are there any other announcements that I missed? Please be sure to participate in the events. Let us know if you're going to go. Come up here. Oseh Shalom. So please rise, get your groove on, get ready to go over there and eat. And yeah, feel free to stay as long as you want. And if you want to go and eat at the restaurant, feel free to go ahead. What they have arranged is separate. The tables will be family style, and everybody can share. If you want drinks, those will be on separate checks. You just have to remind them. So this way, it'll be easy to split the bill. It will be divided by everybody. If we have a few isolated people that can't eat things, then we'll work it out when we get there. Okay, so that being said, may God bless us with such extraordinary peace for the will and the work and the hope that we have. We're going to sing Oseh Shalom, and then we have a special surprise for you. We're going to end on a very upbeat note, and we are going to, let's see, we need someone. Stacy, actually, could you pass out those? Jeremy's busy. We have words for you, Rainbow Covenant. So, Oseh Shalom.
Oseh Shalom Bimramav, Uyaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'akol Yisrael, Vimru Amen. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'akol Yisrael, Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom. Shalom Aleinu v'Yakol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom. Shalom Aleinu v'Yakol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom. Shalom Aleinu v'Yakol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom. Shalom Aleinu v'Yakol
Connection, and we would like to welcome Heather. You can stay up here with. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna stay up here with you. Or do you want to be here all by yourself?
You're of course welcome to stay with me.
I stay with you. Okay,
Yes.
cool. Okay, this is very exciting. I will be the straight man to Kermit. Are we ready? You're gonna see how versatile. Shh. Okay, ready? Rainbow Connection. You all have it?
Why are there so many songs about rainbows? And what's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, but only illusions. And rainbows have nothing to hide. So we've been told, and some choose to believe it. I know they're wrong, wait and see. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Who said that every wish could be heard and answered when wished on the morning star? Somebody thought of that and someone believed it. Look what it's done so far. What's so amazing that keeps us stargazing? And what do we think we might see? Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. All of us under its spell. We know that it's probably magic. half asleep? And have you heard voices? I've heard them calling my name. Is this the sweet sound that calls the young sailors? The voice might be one and the same. I've heard it too many times to ignore it. It's something that I'm supposed to be. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me.
Woo! Yasher Koach, Kermie. Thank you, everybody. Shabbat Shalom. Please come forth, and we're going to celebrate Milo. Thank you. Milo. For Spanish, you think it would be me. Milo, Milo, Milo.